This morning on DC News Now, the district looking to stop its call center crisis. The new campaign urging people to only call 911 for emergencies. Clouds sticking around for your Wednesday. We're tracking a cold front bringing in more rain along with gusty winds later today. Southwest Virginia still recovering from Hurricane Helene. Lawmakers' efforts to continue providing support to the region.
The ayes are 17 and the noes are 2.
Let's go, Commanders.
DC one step closer to hosting the Commanders again. The bill giving the district control of RFK Stadium. And a special surprise visiting Hagerstown.
Big. I mean, it's more than big, it's like grandiose.
The Capitol Christmas tree one step closer to calling the nation's capital home for the holidays.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning and thanks for starting your Wednesday with us here on DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Good morning to you. I'm Corey James. Shanika will have the latest on the commute for you to get you out the door in just a moment. Let's start things off with Jackie, though, for that forecast today. And we definitely need the rain, and it looks like we're getting some more of it today.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be later on this evening as a cold front will progress its way across the region. But behind that cold front, turning much colder to round out the work week. Today, though, we'll see those high temperatures, middle 60s, and then we'll notice that wind picking up along with some rain that will be out ahead of that cold front that's back out towards our west. That will slowly progress across the region. Visibility out there this morning, though, it has been reduced. We are having at least some dense fog in parts of the region, down about a mile in Manassas and Fredericksburg, less than that in Culpeper, Woodstock, Kaiser, about a mile, 3 miles of visibility in Frederick. And we're seeing those temperatures 40s and 50s across the map. So a relatively mild start considering when you factor in the average high temperatures for this time of year, the normal are upper 50s. And we're not seeing that at least for the lows this morning. We're at least close to it, at least this morning. Timing out the rest of your day, more clouds, high temperatures into this middle 60s, and then we're looking at some of that wet weather returning later on today. All the latest timing on that coming up. Shanika, what's the latest on the roads?
All right, good morning, Jackie. Well, you're seeing this major backup here still along the Capitol Beltway out of Montgomery County. So at this early hour, top of the 6 o'clock hour, you're seeing stop and go here. Lots of brake lights because of this one crash. Now, this crash is blocking 3 lanes along 495 heading eastbound. If you're heading toward New Hampshire Avenue or the 95 interchange, that's where you'll get stuck here. You're seeing a lot of traffic, even on 95 heading southbound. Watch for delays as you're approaching the Capitol Beltway as well. This is one big problematic area on the top side of the Beltway. We have a new crash, 3 lanes blocked in Chantilly. This is off of 28 near the Dulles Toll Road 267. So watch for that heading northbound.
Thank you, Shanika. There's a new campaign in D.C. reminding people to call 911 only for emergencies.
It comes after data shows a significant number of 911 calls were non-emergency, and officials say that added to overworking the system. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile is live this morning at the Wilson Building. And Tosin, how many of those 911 calls are we learning were non-emergency calls?
Corey, quite a bit, actually. The Office of Unified Communications took 1.2 million 911 calls in fiscal year 2024. And according to data, almost a fourth of those were non-emergency. We're talking roughly 300,000 non-emergency calls. That's why this Make a Right Call campaign is reminding people to, instead of calling 911 for that loud neighbor, maybe dial 311 instead. Now, Mayor Muriel Bowser and the director of the OUC, Heather McGaffin, announced the campaign, hoping to educate people on when to call 911 and when to use 311. They're hoping to avoid overcrowding OUC employees and the system, which has come under fire several times for staffing and technical issues. Some top issues people call 911 for when they should dial 311 are noise complaint or a crime from the past that had no injury or suspect on the scene. Now, we all know this, so here's a reminder from them on when to call 911. They say when there's a crime in progress, fires and medical emergencies, home and business break-ins, car crash with injuries, or spotting a person wanted by police. Those 311 calls, you can make them for noise complaints, vandalism, and property damage. And of course, those who live in the district can call 311 for city services. And the message from officials, they say don't let non-emergencies compete with real ones. And of course, they're saying you should only dial 911 when there's immediate danger to your health, to your property, or to your safety. For now, we're live by the Wilson Building. I'm Tosin Fakile. Back to you.
All right, Tosin, thank you. Time right now, 6:04. Preschool director in Northwest D.C. is in custody and facing federal charge. The United States Attorney's Office says 55-year-old James Carroll used the messaging app Discord to encourage an undercover agent to sexually abuse his child. According to officials, the conversation started this month and lasted more than 2 weeks. Carroll heads the National Child Research Center preschool in Highland Place. We reached out to the school for comment and are waiting to hear back.
And in Virginia, a couple detained while driving the body of a family member to its final resting place. Fauquier County officials say that they pulled the couple over yesterday in Calverton after reports they had a body in their car. Officers then saw the body wrapped in blankets in the back of the car. After working with local authorities, officers realized there was no foul play and sent the couple on their way. The county does want to remind people that you should contact officials if you have questions about the laws behind transporting a body. All right, well, people in the southern part of Prince George's County, they were happy to learn that the county council voted to hold a bill that would bring data centers to the area.
Yeah, the decision was made yesterday during the last session of the council for the year. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sissay live this morning with the latest. And Jean-Marie, why did they decide to hold this bill?
Yeah, good morning. Well, the county council decided not to pass this bill because they wanted to ensure that everything was in place in order to bring the data centers to Prince George's County, and they also wanted the community to have a say-so in this decision. Now, when it comes to this bill, what it was aimed to do was to exempt qualified data center from submitting certain preliminary plans that includes where they will be placed. Now, during yesterday's meeting, many in support of the bill says this helps speed the application process up, which has been a disadvantage when it's trying to get data centers to even come to Prince George's County. They also argue that this will generate millions and millions of dollars for the county in tax revenue, which would help the county financially. Now, many residents in the southern part of Prince George's County, where these data centers are expected to go, say speeding up the process is not the way to go. And council members unanimously voted yesterday to hold on the bill until the county has the infrastructure needed so that it won't affect homeowners.
Everybody understands tax revenue. Everybody needs tax revenue. Prince George's County is not unique in that. We should not be reducing steps in the analysis process of these major projects.
But the first step would be to deal with making sure that they can get the energy that they need without it being a burden to homeowners, and to make sure we do an overlay zone that includes the public in deciding where they go.
Now, the county council does plan to revisit this bill surrounding data centers in the future. For now, reporting in Largo, Maryland, I'm Jean-Marie Sissay, DC News Now.
Jean-Marie, thank you. Staying in Prince George's County, dozens of proposals, now bills, after the council's final legislative session of the year. One bill is going to require newly constructed buildings to have EV charging stations. This is going to start in 2027. Another bill is going to require minimum wage increases to reflect the consumer price index in the region. And another bill is going to allow the county to put cameras on stop signs in school zones. Some big changes for the old Commander Stadium. A Senate committee passing a bill yesterday to give control of RFK Stadium back to D.C.
Yeah, our Mariel Carbone has the latest.
For years now, the RFK Stadium site has sat vacant.
It's an eyesore.
A blighted structure looming over Northeast D.C.
And it's been so long that it's all worn out, worn down looking.
That could soon change.
On this vote, the ayes are 17 and the noes are 2.
Let's go, Commanders.
Tuesday, the Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources voted to transfer control of the federal land to the district for the next 99 years, paving the way for redevelopment of the space.
It would relieve the Park Service of the condemned RFK Stadium and the costs associated with addressing the property.
The district has proposed many ideas for the site, from affordable housing to a recreation complex, and of course, luring the Washington Commanders back to D.C.
Our staffs have gone down and done a complete tour of the site, which is in disrepair and needs to have an infusion of capital.
Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, who leads the committee, says he's been in contact with Commanders owner Josh Harris.
He is working, I think, in good faith. So with that, I think this is befitting for us to move this forward.
In a statement, the team writing, the vote today brings us one step closer towards continuing conversations with D.C., along with Maryland and Virginia as a potential future home for a franchise.
And leaders in both Maryland and Virginia are still hoping the Commanders choose their states for the new stadium. A final vote by the Senate still needs to pass for this bill to pass. Now, it needs to happen before the end of the congressional session, or the effort starts from scratch in 2025. Now, Mayor Bowser releasing a statement saying that today's vote marks a pivotal moment in our efforts to unlock the potential of the RFK campus by transforming this underutilized space into a vibrant hub of affordable housing, world-class recreation facilities, green spaces, and economic opportunities for district residents and visitors alike. But Maryland Governor Wes Moore looking to keep the Commanders in Maryland, saying in part, quote, "While we know the team is exploring options in D.C., we are confident that Landover is the right choice and will provide the best and fastest path to a new stadium."
The U.S. Capitol Christmas tree is on its way to D.C. after making a stop in Hagerstown yesterday. A crowd of people gathered as the tree went down Potomac Street. Now, this is the first stop for the tree that came from the Tongass National Forest in Alaska. It is the largest national forest in the U.S. According to officials, the tree traveled more than 700 miles by sea and 4,000 miles by truck.
There's a team out early this year looking for the perfect tree. They came up with about a dozen, and then the architect of the Capitol came out from D.C. to look at those sample trees, and he chose the most beautiful Sitka spruce for the nation's capital. It's 80 feet tall, it's 39 years old.
The tree is expected to arrive in D.C. by the end of the week. It also has 5,000 LED lights and more than 5,000 ornaments on it. It's also named Spruce Wayne. So we have to welcome Spruce Wayne when it gets here.
I know, excited.
All right, time right now is 6:11 on this Thursday. Protection for immigrants.
That is right. How Montgomery County Council is supporting those who are victims or witnesses of violent crimes. Plus, we are giving hope to those experiencing homelessness. How a local shelter is helping young people pursue their passions.
Taking a live look outside this morning. Jackie, how are things at this hour?
Yeah, well, out there right now, we're tracking drier conditions after a few showers overnight. And then we're looking at some more rain on the way for later on this evening. And the bulk of our daytime hours are looking dry, but mainly cloudy and mild. High temperatures, middle 60s. I'll have more details and timing out that next chance for rain right after the break.